With episode 9 leaking early, we were given 3 early announcements towards the future of the show, as well as the leak situation, that started with what to be expecting after episode 9. You see, despite the show's creator Gooseworks officially announcing how a second season of the Digital Circus wouldn't really work with what she planned out for the show, she gave us more details about separate Digital Circus content we could potentially be expecting instead, as well as sharing something about the show's ending that many people missed. The fact that, as she put it, in the case of the Amazing Digital Circus, I could probably stretch the story out and have 5 seasons of filler episodes if I really wanted to, but I would rather have each episode have some kind of meaningful character development and not waste people's time with filler. Glitch lets us tell the stories we want to tell, and I think that's cool, showing how drawing out the show's ending into multiple bonus episodes and seasons would take away from the story and character development that the show set out to portray in the first place. But despite more episodes clearly being out of the picture here following episode 9's upcoming release, we were told of other content related to the Digital Circus series that had the potential to be released instead, which started with rumors of Gooseworks saying she would be interested in making specific kinds of shorts with the characters, only we weren't told if these shorts would come out before or after the show ends. But what Digital Circus shorts were these reports talking about, and how do we know to really be expecting them following episode 9's release? Well, before getting to that, we were given an even more important announcement towards the future of the Digital Circus, this time addressing the ongoing leak situation. You see, a fan of the show recently asked the show's creator, Goose, "I've seen on Twitter that they're leaking the movie, but I don't know if it's real," to which she said, "I haven't seen what the leaks even are, but if I had to guess, probably not," continuing on to say, who cares, after more worrying updates came in. Only with the immense backlash she was getting along with Glitch Productions, she released another statement addressing her first response. "I know people are upset with my response, which is fine, but I kind of just wanted to make a cartoon and it's ended up being way more trouble than it's worth. I really just can't keep my heart in this thing anymore. It's gotten so much bigger than me and I probably shouldn't be the figurehead of it," showing how on her end, there wasn't much she could actually do towards impacting the situation. Only our next announcement from Glitch Productions did have an impact after all. As it turns out, recent reports have come out claiming that not only does Glitch reportedly already know who leaked the Amazing Digital Circus series finale, according to a Brazilian creator named Core, who has allegedly been in contact with the studio regarding everything that's been going on, but Glitch have also been reportedly making changes to the situation behind the scenes that shift everything we thought we knew about it. You see, the Brazilian creator, who's allegedly been in contact with Glitch, told us how he reported everything about the situation to them, only for Glitch to respond, again mentioning that on top of potentially knowing who leaked episode 9 after all, they also know how the situation happened in the first place. Information that allowed them to reportedly take action against the whole leak situation, from what we're told, as several contents from the leak have already been taken down, but we still have to be careful. Only this isn't the only action towards resolving the leak situation that we've actually seen from Glitch, as we're also told how behind the scenes, Glitch have additionally contacted the alleged leakers, the ones responsible for this whole situation in the first place, which went along with multiple responses from them, as well as talks of what we should essentially be expecting next. At everybody, I have received an email from someone allegedly representing Glitch's legal side of things. Only the alleged leaker continued on to say how their response was to essentially not care about what Glitch thinks and do what they want anyways, to the point of announcing a whole new episode 9 leak version that's been talked about behind the scenes. You see, while multiple different dubbed leak versions have been circulating the internet already, there hasn't been a complete English dubbed version that's been spreading yet. That is, until we were given this message from one of the other alleged leakers. They tell us how, as one of the developers, they managed to potentially into the Glitch production servers, which allegedly allowed them to successfully retrieve the complete English version of the movie without any watermarks, going along with their question to the public, should we release it though even if they did, the full-length 4K uncompressed movie would take around 44 hours to upload onto their computers, then onto their server. Only this full English dub leak release was brought up again later on. The Amazing Digital Circus Episode 9 English version leak is going to allegedly get posted in 48 hours, but it's not known if it's going to be a full episode or a series of clips, which went along with this post from the same group of previously mentioned leakers, essentially backing up the idea of an English dub actually getting potentially released after all. But going back to what we're told about Digital Circus content after the finale officially gets released, it turns out there was more to the potential short video possibility we were told about here. You see, despite Glitch Productions typically using this same sort of short clip and bonus content strategy following all of their popular series, as that's exactly what we ended up getting with Murder Drones, for example, we were also told how there were problems behind the scenes that made things more complicated in the case of the Digital Circus. You see, due to multiple different situations and dramas that have taken place amongst the Digital Circus's fandom, Gooseworks has put out statements essentially claiming how what she's had to deal with put her in a position where she's considered never touching the entirety of the series again with a 10-foot pole, as well as comparing her retirement from the series as essentially escaping and being free. She's clearly been trying to distance herself from the Digital Circus and the issues that have kept coming with it behind the scenes, meaning the likelihood of her wanting to continue the series with short videos or even potential spin-off shows is a lot less likely than it would have been, though still technically possible. Only despite the show concluding soon, there ended up still being leftover secrets from what we've seen that were never revealed until today, with the biggest of all being Gangle's ongoing secret from the show that was brought up in multiple different episodes as something involving a figurine that Gangle doesn't want Ragatha specifically to know about. But what exactly was this secret meant to be in the first place? Well, it turns out Glitch actually gave us more details towards this secret that actually came from their now deleted award ceremony video clips. The same video clips that were specifically designed to give us bonus details about each of the circus members. Only in Gangle's case, the video ended up being a lot more revealing. You see, her specific video started out normal, only for Jax to interrupt the entire thing, saying he was going to finally tell us, the audience, what Gangle's dark secrets in the show actually were. Jax was the one holding the secret over Gangle's head, just like what we saw happen in the other two mentions of this same secret in the show. But in this new mention of it, Jax continues on to say how if Gangle doesn't apologize, he'll tell the audience about her little blue sketchbook, bringing up another seemingly random object that went along with the previously mentioned figurine that Jax also brought up. But what were these two objects together meant to definitively tell us about Gangle's secret in the show after all? Well, it turns out I'm able to put together everything we were told about this secret for you into this video right here. So for all of the details, make sure to check it out.